Have you ever bought a game and only to have it turn out that you can experience everything it has to offer in 2 hours or less? Well, that happened to me earlier this week. Let's talk about it. Hey guys, Matt here, and today we're going to be talking about Kirby's Dream Buffet. Now, for those of you who don't know, HAL Laboratories released a Kirby game onto the eShop earlier this week, and it's priced at $15. And being the excited Kirby fan that I was, I picked it up and I played it on stream. And at first I started to enjoy it, but then I realized, oh, there's not a lot here. Now, I want it to be clear that I wasn't expecting a full-blown Kirby experience or a AAA title. I mean, it's a $15 game. Of course I wasn't gonna get that, but I was at least expecting something similar to the other games that I've played in that price range. But when you compare Kirby's Dream Buffet to other games in the $10 to $15 range, it's kinda lacking. Games like Ultimate Chicken Horse, Pummel Party, Hotline Miami, Hollow Knight, all of these games I have experienced 10 hours to infinite hours of gameplay and fun. But with Kirby, I really only experienced about an hour and 40 minutes, and then it just started to get kind of boring. Now that I've ranted a bit, let's actually talk about the content, because that won't take long. Alright, so this game gives you two options. Sorry, I made a little mess up here. Battle mode and local play mode are two separate categories. However, based on my research, when you do one or the other, it's pretty much the same thing, except for more Nintendo Switches are involved, of local and online play. Now, with online, they only give you two options: random match and password match. But with local play, after you select the amount of players and the difficulty, you are greeted with four options: Gourmet Grand Prix, which has two races, a minigame, and a battle royale; single race, which is just a singular race; single minigame, which is kind of the same thing, but this time around it's a minigame; and single battle royale. You get the picture. There's also a thing called free rolling, but that's just a practice course where you can try out some of the abilities you can pick up in the game modes, as well as get a better handle of the controls. Also, side note, I've never seen this power-up in any of the online or local matches that I've done. I don't know if it's just poorly implemented where it only appears a few times, or if it's supposed to be a rare power-up. I have literally only seen it in free rolling. Now, just within the first 20 minutes of me playing this game, I could immediately tell that the Gourmet Grand Prix was the centerpiece of this whole game. It is the meat of the content, since you get all the options the game has to offer in one match. Now, single minigames, that's a waste of time. After you play one match of it, you've already experienced it. You could say after you've played about 3 matches, you've experienced it all, but it really feels like all you have to do is play one, seeing as how all the minigames feel almost identical to each other. Like, I shit you not. These minigames feel so samey, it's ridiculous. There's one where you just try and consume the most strawberries out of all the players. There's one where you try and consume the most strawberries out of all the players, but this time with teacups. And ooh, another one where you have to obtain the strawberries by breaking boxes. And how could anyone forget such a classic as killing the enemies to obtain strawberries and eat the most out of all the players? And this objective extends to the Battle Royale mode. The only difference is you can knock out other players so that they lose their strawberries, and you can use the power-ups that you find in the race mode and the Gourmet Grand Prix. I think this is kind of a lazy thing to do, and it definitely contributes to why the game gets boring pretty fast. Like with the teacups, they could have done something along the lines of King of the Hill, where someone needs to stay in the teacup the longest. With the box one, it could have been who can break the most boxes, and some of the boxes could have power power-ups in them that knocks out players, causing them to have a delay between the next time they can break a box. Since in the box minigame, you don't even need to break the boxes. You could just wait for someone else to break the box and then run up and steal their strawberries. I think the minigame where you knock out AI enemies is perfectly fine, since the only person that gets the strawberry based on what I've seen is the person that knocks out the enemy. There's no chance of someone stealing your strawberry. And then with the Battle Royale, just make it where you have to eliminate the other players. The person with the most knockouts wins. Like, come on, Hal. I'm literally just giving these to you for free, and I'm glad to do it as long as you implement them into the game so that I can actually play the game and enjoy it for a decent amount of time. Now with the races, I actually think that they're perfectly fine. I think it's cool that you have to race to the finish line, gathering as many strawberries as possible, and then trying to be the first one to the 50 strawberries cake. And then people who were kind of falling behind, but still like in second or third place, they still have a chance to outshine someone right ahead of them if they gathered a decent amount of strawberries throughout the course of the race. My one gripe though is that they need to add more maps for the races, or at the very least make the map rotation better. So I think that changing up the objectives for the mini games and Battle Royale and adding more map variety to these modes could make the game already so much more worth playing for more than an hour. Now I know that could be difficult, but I'm sure you guys can figure something out to add additional content, or just even one more mini game. But anywho, once you've completed a match, all those strawberries that you gobbled up, you essentially turned into XP, where you can level up and then earn new items. These items span from collectible icons that you can put on a cake in the hub world, new colors and costumes for Kirby, as well as a few new courses for the races. Honestly, that's all I really have to say about the collectibles. I think they're perfectly fine. Just like I said before, you know, add more maps for the races and you can have them as additional unlockables. In short, Kirby's Dream Buffet just doesn't stack up to other games in the $10 to $15 range. And other than the races, there isn't enough diversity between the game modes to keep most people engaged for more than an hour or two at best, which sucks because I've loved this pink round boy for most of my life. I remember being dragged to my brother's hockey games as a kid, and with me would be Superstar Ultra, Kirby's Nightmare in Dreamland, and a DS Lite to play them both. And that was what I would do. It was so much fun. I love playing Kirby games. I just think that they're cool, fun, relaxing games. And this one just didn't hit the mark. In fact, it completely flew onto an entirely different board. So yeah, that was the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked the video, drop a like. Let me know in the comments down below what you think of Kirby's Dream Buffet. Are you actually experiencing like a decent amount of playtime? Or is it kind of lackluster and you're feeling a bit ripped off? Also, I noticed that about 97% of you guys are not subscribed. So if you could do that, that would also be greatly appreciated. Oh, also, just want to make a little update because I didn't want to make a whole video solely on this. So after the video that I'm currently working on, so the one after this one, there's going to be a bit of a gap between the next video. This is because I am working on a little bit of a bigger project that's going to require more time to record and edit. So I just wanted to let you guys know about that. But anywho, that was the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.